Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJ City UK lab. Today with a quick video, we're talking about Serato DJ 1.9.2, which has just gone into public beta. Now, normally we don't talk about point releases here on the channel, but this one is kind of interesting for a few reasons, so let's get into why. Now, one of the reasons that I want to talk about Serato DJ 1.9.2 is that version number in the Serato ecosystem does have kind of warm and fuzzy feelings associated with it for me. As a long-term Serato user, Scratch Live 1.9.2 was just such a good version. Released in October 2009, and it had a few features and improvements, but generally it was all about a ton of bug fixes and stability improvements, and it was, to my memory, it was the most solid version of Scratch Live that there ever was. You know, 2.0 and so on were fine as it moved forward, but 1.9.2 was just utterly rock solid, and it never ever let me down. Such a good version. I suspect that there are still quite a few people running 1.9.2 to this day. It just was absolutely fantastic. So they've got kind of a good vibe from me straight away with Serato DJ 1.9.2, which is now in public beta. And again, we've got a big list of bug fixes here, which is great. I mean, that is what you want to see from any version. Loads and loads of stuff is actually in there, including some important stuff that people have been worried about for a while, like, for example, the waveform performance, the scrolling of the waveforms, particularly on Mac OS X. You know, this stuff was a bit of a problem for a lot of people, and that has been optimized quite heavily. We've also got some new features in there, of course. We'll talk about the actual software features in a minute, but there's one thing I want to highlight first, and that is the subscription plans to Serato DJ. Now, I'm not a big fan of subscription software as a rule. I would prefer to buy my software outright. I don't like the idea that if I stop paying for something, it's going to stop working. You know, as a professional, I want stuff that's going to be reliable, but the plans themselves are pretty good. You've got three different tiers. So you've got Serato DJ and the DVS expansion pack. We've then got the just expansion pack. So if you've got hardware that unlocks the software, you can add these on. Both of those are $9.99 a month, which is pretty good. And then you can get the full Serato DJ suite, DVS expansion, Serato video, pitch and time, and the main Serato DJ software, all there for $14.99 a month. Now, I'm assuming the bonus will be there that if they introduce extra expansion packs in future, you will get those added into that subscription as well. So it could work out pretty well, but they haven't taken away the ability to just buy the software outright. So this is why I don't really have any beef with this at all. Even though I don't like subscriptions, you can still just go and buy the software from the store. You don't have to do a subscription. It's not like Adobe Creative Cloud where you're forced into it. You can just go buy it if you want. So moving into the software itself, we do have three new features which are definitely noteworthy as far as I'm concerned. The first is secondary library sorting. So for example, we can go into a crate and we can sort by whatever we want, artist, song, BPM, whatever, like we could before. In this case, I'm going to sort by BPM. That's in ascending order of BPM. But now if we can command click or control click on a second field, we can then use that as our secondary sorting option. So I'm now going up by BPM, and then the Camelot code for the key is also ascending over there. So it's really handy, especially if you have massive crates. You just want to find stuff within a crate and sort by genre, but then sort by BPM for that genre. Yeah, it's very, very cool. I just love it as an addition, and it's one of those things where people have asked for it for a long time, and now it's here, so that's cool. The other thing is that smart crates have never been able to be a sub crate. Now, it's quite irritating in many respects for me, because I have lots of smart crates and they just end up all piled up over on the left hand side of the system. Well, now you can put them within a regular crate. So obviously you can't make a smart crate a sub crate of another smart crate. That doesn't work, but it does work with regular crates. So I can just make effectively like a folder crate. Vinyl rips there, and I can add these smart crates into that as sub crates. We're getting into library management a lot more on the channel as the weeks go on this year, and for me that's a real advantage. I like that feature a lot. The last one is that you can actually now name your saved loops. So let's just go in and load up a track and name a saved loop. You can already do it with your cue points. So if I set a cue point there, I could name that one, and that was fine. But now we can set a loop, save that loop, and I can rename that one and just call it loopy. There you go. So if you're the kind of person who has a lot of saved loops for routines and set pieces and stuff like that, then there you go. You can have all your loops saved in there, nice and simple, with your own description. So that is much better there too. So there we go, a brief look at Serato DJ 1.9.2. Overall, I'm pretty excited for this version. Lots of stability stuff going on in the background, which is so important, the most important thing with any bit of DJ software, plus some features which people have been after for a long time. Now keep in mind, at the time of making this video, it is a beta version, it is not a full release. Do not use the beta in a situation where you can't afford to have your system die on you in some way. If you do, that's on you, because it's not a full release at this time. But by all means, download it, try it out at home, try it out in the studio, feedback any bugs to Serato so they can get it into shape for that final release when that comes a few weeks down the line. Thank you for watching today. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks and product reviews. I'll see you soon.